Hello and welcome to Lydia Hawk Designs. Today I'm here to talk about my notes for the Degalodi hands-free flat holster bags. I made these bags because I like hiking and biking, but I don't like dealing with the sling and I don't like fanny packs. These holster bags allow me to take everything important with me and also be able to adjust the straps. For instance, when I'm biking, I wear the bags really high so that the bottoms of the bags don't hit my knees. But then when I'm hiking, I like to wear them really low so that they clear that space between my body and my upper arm while I'm walking. One thing I do ask, please don't put your company tags on them. This is my personal unique design. If you want something very professional looking to gift or for yourself, please buy these bags through my website, lydiahawk.com, or you can buy them at my Etsy shop. Everything is a little more expensive through Etsy, and I do love my Etsy shop, and I've got great reviews, and I'm very happy with Etsy. But I can charge a little less through my website, a little less for shipping, and right now I'm offering 20% off of these bags. So just use coupon code HOLSTERBAGS, and you'll get a nice little discount. The bags come with 4 pouches. I always put my Degalodi reusable grocery bags in one pouch. You can also buy these through my website. They come with a pouch and a carabiner, which I don't need in my holster bags. Phone, and it can hold a large phone. Wallet. And in the last pouch, I like to put a tube of aspirin and chapstick. So as soon as we start making the bags, I mentioned zipper direction because it's important that your zippers face the direction you want them to be in as they hang on your body. What I do is I make sure the zippers are facing the same way because it's just easier for me to do this from this direction, zippers front forward. Like this would be the right side, and this is the left side. So the zippers are facing a direction that's easy for me to unzip them and then zip them as I'm doing things. So you want to make sure that you make 2 panels that are facing one direction and 2 panels that are facing the other direction. That way, when you go to put your panels together to make one bag, for instance, this is an inner piece, you're going to start by matching up the sides. So we want this one and this one. So we do that first. So this zipper faces this way. This zipper faces the same direction. We're going to do that before we do anything else. And then we can unzip one side. Now we're going to put right sides facing. And then on the other side, this separates the inside of the bags. We're going to put our center lining piece. And then you go about clipping it around and getting ready to sew. The other thing I want to go over quickly, I use a polypropylene webbing. It's a plastic-based webbing, and it can fringe at the ends. So just to show you what I like to do to seal the edges, I'm going to cut a little piece off here so that you can see it gets a little frayed. And this doesn't work on cotton, but it does work on this kind of webbing. It's not even necessary. I do it because it's quick and I don't have to deal with the fray as I'm sewing. I take a lighter and a piece of metal, and then I just gently go over the edge until it starts to curl and melt, and then I mold it and kind of flatten it against the metal so that it's got a nice sealed edge. Again, not necessary, just something I like to do so I don't have to deal with those edges. After you've got your pieces ready and you've sewn 3-inch webbing around the female part of the parachute buckle, you're going to want to insert these buckles at just the right spot. And I'm using clips, you can use pins. It's just this gets a little thick and clips are easier. So I want to make sure there's a right side and a wrong side to the parachute buckle. And I want to make sure that they're both facing the same direction. And I also want to make sure that they're facing, so I'm going to go with the zipper, this zippered side. I'm going to put the right side against this. Okay, so first thing I want to do is measure 1.5 inches. So we're at 1.5 inches right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put this clip right on the edge. So 1.5 is right there. Making sure they face the same direction. I'm going to insert this buckle between the two main areas of the bag. I'm going to just put it right up against that clip. And then I'm going to put the clip right over the buckle. And I do the same thing for the other side. I'm just going to make sure it's right up against that 1.5 mark. Perfect. Well, I need it on the other side, right? Yeah. I want it to be here. Right, so I can butt this buckle right up against it. And I am between the two main panels. And then right up against it, and then just adjust that clip over to secure the buckle. And then I'll go ahead and clip the zipper areas here and here. Just make sure they're lined up. That looks great. And then a few down here. Lovely. And then you'd want to measure 1/4 inch from the edge and then just draw your line. And I can move those clips back when I'm done. They're just kind of in the way right now. And then so I've got my line, and I'm going to sew directly over that line when I'm ready to start sewing. You might even want to do this before you put your buckles on, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. No, I'm not. Yeah, you might want to do this beforehand. Okay. And whatever you do, you really don't want that line to go too far into your buckle area. So I think this will work nicely. Great. And then I would also like to mention, read the entire set of instructions before you start sewing. There may be something that you miss that you need to read first. I recommend using a denim needle, something that can penetrate the thick fabric. Once you put these pieces together, it's pretty thick. But as you can see, my curve here does not interfere with the area of the buckle that needs to be sewn. And I might even go over that blue mark just a little. But I say a 1/4 inch because when you get ready to use your bias tape, you're going to go over that and sew a 1/2 inch seam, which will not hit your metal pieces. 1/2 inch is a good yeah, so we're all good there. We're lined up. Everything looks really nice. And now the very last thing I'm going to go over is how to put your holster straps together. We have 4 male parachute buckles, 2 strap adjusters, 1 4-way connector, and our webbing. And I've gone with a shorter 35 inch. So let's start with 1. We're going to start with our male parachute buckle. There's a right side and a wrong side. So what I want to do first is measure 3 inches, which is here. I'm just going to go ahead and put a pin to mark that spot. I want the fold to be on the wrong side. So this is the wrong side of the buckle. I'm going to go through here, and then I'm going to fold this down with about a 1/2 inch right there. And I want to match that up with the pin. So I'm going for a very short overlap there, very short area on my fold. Right, basically I'm going to sew right up against, as close as I can, with a zipper foot to the buckle. And then I'm going to sew another line right at the edge. 4 or 5 times back and forth just to make it nice and sturdy. You can also try to do like a cross stitch, an X, but I find that this is really good sturdy stitch, just over and over again, twice on either side of that fold. Now I'm going to leave this with just a clip on it. Let's just assume we've sewn it. I want to do this without actually sewing so you can follow maybe a little more easily. So that's the wrong side because we've got the fold here. So right side, we're going to keep everything straight. There's a wrong side and a right side to the 4-way connector. So we're going to go in right side facing. Just bring it far down, just get it out of the way. Make sure everything's still facing the right way. Insert the strap adjuster. Now this is the right side. That's the wrong side. So we're going to go through the bottom and then the top. And then we're just going to get that out of the way. And then we're going to go through the right side of the other side of our strap into the male parachute buckle and just pull through. Now, in order for this strap to adjust properly, we've got to go back through our strap adjuster and sew the same kind of little spot down on the other side of the bottom of this thing. So just to recap, right side, we've sewn down a fold here. We feed through, so we're on the right side of our connector, 4-way connector, right side of the strap adjuster, right side of the parachute buckle. Now we're going to go in, we're going to loosen this up, and we're going to go through the opposite side. Instead of going into the side closest, we're going to go into the side farthest away. I'm just going to get this nice and loose and open because we're going to need to get in there to sew up our fold. Then I'm going to go through it again on the other side. We go through the other side, and then what we're going to do, I want this to be nice and open because we've got to get in and sew this. I'm folding about 1/2 inch down, just like I did with the other side. I'm going to sew it to the other side. So what I just folded through the center, I'm going to sew it down on itself. But I want it to be tight, so I'm going to make as close to the strap adjuster as I can. So basically when I lay this down at the sewing machine, I'm basically going to lay it as flat as I can and then get it right up against strap adjuster with the zipper foot and do 4 to 6 stitches. So stitch, back stitch 4 to 6 times that way, and then right against the edge again that way. I don't have a commercial sewing machine, so I do tend to wrestle with these a little bit, but they're nice and sturdy, sewing it several times back and forth. And the zipper foot gets me as close to the piece of hardware as I can get so that it's nice and tight. And then we're just going to go ahead and clip this down and assume we've sewn it. And now, when you get it flat, you can see that it's going to adjust great up and down, no problem. And the other side is exactly the same. Just make sure everything is the right side. So this is the right side, that's right side. Go through. And I'm just going to do this quickly because I'm not sewing it yet. Once it's sewn down, we're still on the right side. We're going to go through the right side of our 4-way connector. And you can experiment with different types of hardware. If this isn't really what you want to do, you can do something different, but I find it's just the easiest for adjusting the straps, and then I just pull on the bags a little bit and everything gets lined up here without me having to take the bags off. So again, right side, through the strap adjuster, through the other side, through the right side of the male parachute buckle. Then we're just going to make a circle. We're going to go through the opposite side. Because once it's in and out the other side, we're going to sew that piece to itself. So then through the other side, just make a big hole so you can get to everything. And then once you're ready, about a 1/2 inch fold. And then just get it as close to your strap adjuster as you can. and sew down really good right there. And you've got a really easy to use holster for your bags. These holster bags are really convenient. I sell them in this beautiful beige canvas, black denim, blue denim. I'm gonna offer an olive green version. Thank you so much for purchasing my pattern, for watching this video, for supporting this artist. If you like my videos, please subscribe, hit the bell for instant notifications, and until next time, happy sewing!